You've secured exclusive US rights to base molecular resonance technologies, BMRT's molecular level weapons detection technology for schools and correctional facilities. Well, that is a huge competitive moat. How does molecular detection change the game compared to traditional metal detectors or AI visual systems? And what does exclusive really mean for safe spaces valuation?
Sure. An article just was published that people can go and read on BMRT's website, bmrt.io, was from a brigadier general, former astronaut. He was the 10th person to walk on the moon, the youngest person to ever walk on the moon. I believe it was Apollo 16. And he said, as somebody who's walked on the moon, I've seen game changing technology. And he saw a live test at a government facility with a government approved validation of this technology. And he said, this is something that will change the way that our nation does defense, both on the military side and on the civilian side. And they have chosen to partner with SafeSpace as an exclusive around schools and correctional facilities. The significance of this is beyond, I think, what I even could understand right now. When you look at the only technology in the world that can detect weapons through a car at distance, I mean, that is how you stop school shootings. So Carmel, just envision this, that with the combination of BMRT's cutting edge patented technology, they have 20 patents around this sensor technology, and with Safe Spaces AI, you'll be able to have detectors on every school campus in America where when a car enters that campus, you'll know if it has a gun inside of the car. As part of the test that they just published, they were finding materials inside of Faraday cages. A Faraday cage with a gun inside of it, this detection device would find it. So you think of the significance behind, finding a gun in a backpack or finding a gun in a car. And then with the Safe Space AI, we'd have license plate readers. We would know if it was a friendly or a foe. And we would know all the police officers who should have guns on a school campus and quickly identify ones that shouldn't, then notify the human in the loop that would then trigger the back end, as we just mentioned, with 911 Inform, where you can lock the whole school down, call 911 instantly. So the combination of BMRT weapon detection from 500 feet away, it can detect the gunpowder inside of an AR-15. So that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. And then to have our AI sift through and then to be able to lock the school down, it truly is a comprehensive solution. In addition to that, it can detect drugs. So we're able, not only in correctional facilities, but schools or anywhere, to detect any element. And specifically, we can have the model tuned to drugs, and you would know through anything. So through somebody's body, through clothing, you cannot hide the drugs. So you think of what that does for correctional facilities, you think of what that does for schools. It's game changing. I mean, I don't even know what other words to use. I think game changing is an overused statement, but this truly is a game changer. And this was validated by the US government at the highest level.
Investors ultimately care about revenue and the path to profitability. Now, without obviously disclosing specifics that you're not ready to share, give us a sense of the business model. Are they SaaS subscriptions, per device fees, hybrid models? More importantly, what do the unit economics look like once a facility is deployed? And how does that translate into your path to profitability as you scale?
Yeah, well, I would start with just encouraging everybody to book a ticket and come see us at Deal Flow Discovery Conference. It's out at Atlantic City. I'll be there. You'll be there. And it's going to be a fun time. So if any of this piques your interest and you're a serious investor, nothing's better than just coming to hear more where we're physically going to be here in a few weeks at the Deal Flow Discovery Conference. So as a publicly traded company, all of this is out there. It's in the news. You can go to our stock ticker, SSGC, and read about this. But our vision is we're going to solve this problem. And what's the value of solving school shootings? What's the value of stopping violence on transportation and where it's just not even possible for these crimes to happen? What's the value for correctional facilities to be able to know that everybody is safe within it? It's hard to quantify. I know we've had analysts say that it's in the billions is what they think each vertical should be worth. We have very large goals. We think uplisting to the New York Stock Exchange is something that should happen rapidly upon investors understanding what our partnerships and how the economics work. As a SaaS company, we make it easy for people to buy from us with a monthly subscription. It's just per camera. There's a fee. Each vertical has a little bit of a different use case, but the pricing is similar. So it ranges between $30 per camera on up to over $100 per camera, depending on how many cameras are being activated and the number of use cases that they need to have with, paying money to hit like the terrorist watch list, the FBI watch list. There's hard costs behind each one of these. However, we do have our price where it can be as low as any other competitor in the market for that specific use case. So, for example, in senior living, there's a competitor that has a wearable technology for elopements. And we beat them in price and performance with having facial recognition be the solution to stopping people with dementia from a senior living facility and potentially harming themselves. For the price point that we offer, you're talking saving the facility money, not only with a better solution, but then from not getting the government fines where every time there's an elopement, they're getting fined by the government because somebody left their facility that they were responsible for. School shootings, I think every one of the senators that I've personally met with, and I've met with over half a dozen in the last month, every one of them have responded once seeing our demonstration with, how much do you need? And we're asking for significant amounts of money to do statewide rollouts with them. And they're in Congress starting the 13th of January with our proposal talking about what they should do for, we're starting with Alabama and Tennessee. And we're starting with a pilot is what we're asking for. But then upon a successful pilot, the whole state would roll out with our technology with, again, these partnerships, BMRT, Safe Space, 911 Inform. The politicians are saying, we've never seen this, and this actually is a comprehensive solution.